W5c Incorporating Research revolves around how you take the information you've gathered during your research and put it into whatever product you're making. And that could be either a presentation or a paper that you're going to be submitting. This is important because it also involves citation, and without citation you could be and are considered to be plagiarizing, which is a serious offense at any level of academics. Alright, starting here at the 1 level, this target asks that you integrate information into the text. So you take the information that you've gathered, place it into some other type of text, avoiding plagiarism through in-text citations. You've got to have those. Now there might be some inconsistencies. For instance, perhaps you forget to cite paraphrase material, which you will need to do, or maybe the format of your citation isn't 100% correct, but there is some form of citation in your paper. At the 2 level, you've got your citations firmly taken care of, and there's a flow to your ideas. It's not just information thrown at us in a list format, but there's some formatting that you've done around the information as well. At the 3 level, you've been selective in how you bring in your information, so you've only pulled the best quotes and paraphrased the rest, for instance. Again, you've got your in-text citations, and now you also have multiple sources. There's no over-reliance on any one source, but multiple sources are used equally in the paper. And at the 4 level, you can smoothly integrate the information. So I will see introduction to the information, I will see connection back to the evidence statements, and then of course we continue on with our in-text citations and with multiple sources being used equally throughout the paper. So what am I looking for, a really broken down list? I will be looking to see that you have in-text citations for both quotes and paraphrase material. If it did not come from your own brain, you need to cite it. Even if you put it into your own words, it has to be cited. Give credit where credit is due. And that's always going to take the format that we see here, the first word of the bibliography entry, comma, date, and that will go in parentheses after the fact. So for example here, let's pretend that this is a fact, or it could even be a quote, and then I've got the author's name, Doe, comma, 2016. If that was an organization instead of a name, it would be the first word of the organization's name. Now the rest of this, the information from multiple sources is new here. Remember, you want to use your sources equally. I shouldn't see you citing one source 10 times and your other 3 sources just once each. Now the rest of this, context for facts where appropriate, for instance if you have an expert author mentioning so, and using your own words to connect the facts back to their topic sentences and back to their overall claim. All of this is really the same thing as the explanation target, W1g, W2f. There's nothing new there. But remember, for any detail that you give in a paper or in a presentation, you should give some context for where it came from and be clear about how it connects back to the evidence statement. Alright, so we'll take a look at an example here, and we've seen this paragraph before. I just want to show once again what that research will look like. So we have a topic sentence, which I should see in a research piece as well. The American economy needs both college graduates and vocational specialists. Now I'm going to go into my first bit of research, and I'm going to give some context for the research that I found. According to a study done by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, so there's my context for my fact. And then I've got my actual fact. By 2018, nearly 1/3 of American job openings require vocational training. And then I need my in-text citation, even though I didn't use a quote. So I've got my author, Barchet, and then my date. Notice that it comes before the period. The only time that would look a little bit different is if it was a long quote, a quote taking up 4 or more lines of text. That case will have the period coming before the citation. That is the only case. That will also be blocked, so it would appear in the center of your paragraph. For more information on that, you can look at the details, W2 or W1F, W2E target. There's a formatting quotes there. Now, keep in mind that your citation, once again, needs to line up to the first word of the works cited entry and then the date that appears there. This helps us find it in the works cited list, so those pieces of information must match.